guys, it's Jenna G. Today we're going to be working with lobster. I'm sure most of you probably would have eaten lobster in some form or fashion. But what about this curry stew lobster with chana? So like I said, many of you guys will be familiar with lobster and enjoy it at restaurants, or even I know some of you are adventurous in the kitchen and usually put together your own lobster, your boiled or your grilled lobster with your garlic sauce. But we could also curry it, we could also put it in a pasta, but in today we curry stewing it. So I had this lobster. If you would have been following my channel and looked at my previous videos, you would have seen that I did some lobster videos. Husband and I tried cooking lobster for the first time. We normally eat it, but we never really cooked it. And we had lobster on our hands, so we said, why not try it out? So this video is on that, trying out for the first time. It wasn't too bad at all, actually. It was pretty good. And then we had some extra lobster from that dish that we made. So we made some pasta with the lobster. So we made a creamy lobster pasta. And after all of that too, we still had lobster in our hands. So we actually got our hands on 2 lobsters. So with this one, I decided to take the meat out of the shell. Now it came up pretty easily. Now if you don't want to take the meat out of the shell, you could just chop it up into smaller pieces and cook it any same way, but you could probably add like coconut milk and make it like how you cook crab. You can make it that way as well. But I'm taking out the meat from the shell. And then to that, I'm going to be seasoning it as we would when we're making curry dishes. So in goes some of that curry powder, the geera, and the amchar masala. Green seasoning, must have the green seasoning, salt, black pepper, and I like to put some chopped up onions in it as well. Now the thing with these curry dishes, with stew dishes, especially the curry, I'll leave the measurements up to you all. Why? Well, some people like more of a curry taste, less curry taste, more geera, more masala. So just take note of the steps involved in it, and I'll leave the experimenting and the measurements up to you all. You all could use and adjust according to what you guys like. So once we have the meat all seasoned up there, notice the meat is already cut up into small pieces as well, right? So I cut the lobster meat into smaller pieces to make it easier to work with, of course. So we just setting that aside, and what we're going to be doing is heating up our pot. Now usually with stew, well not usually, but you have the option of adding oil or not. I'm actually not adding any oil, and I'm just going straight in with brown sugar. You're keeping your heat on low, so you want that sugar to caramelize, right? What's going to happen is going to start a bubble, and it's going to get that nice dark color. But of course, you're going to be careful because you don't want it to get too dark, right? So you're keeping it, keep stirring it until it forms like a cake batter mixture sort of thing. Now this step you can add the ketchup or not, totally up to you guys. But in goes the seasoned lobster meat. So if you did add the ketchup, make sure stir it up, and then add in that seasoned lobster meat. So you're going to turn that up, mix that up, get that coated nicely there, and then I'm actually going to be adding in the chana immediately, because the chana that I'm using is the tin chana. So it does not require any sort of prep or any sort of, it's not going to take long to cook at all. If you are using the dry chana dough, just remember that you do need to soak that and most likely pressure cook it before you add it to this step. So the lobster meat is cut fairly small, and the chana is not going to take any length of time to cook. But we want some sauce in it, right? So in goes some water, of course not too much, because you don't want this to cook for too long. That meat will get so rubbery and it will not be nice to eat. So you have to be very careful with it. So you're just going to add a little bit of water there, and of course if you want to add more green seasoning and the salt, you just taste it and adjust it accordingly. You leave that on the heat just for a few minutes on over medium heat, and you just let that cook, let the sauce thicken up a little bit and to your liking, of course. And when it's almost finished, what I like to do is just add that green seasoning to it. Now this is a fairly simple, quick dish to put together. So just like that, within a few minutes, you have your curry stew lobster and chana. And of course, knowing me, must have it with rice. So all I'm going to be doing is just putting this on top of some cooked rice, and that is it. My curry stew lobster with chana and rice is finished and ready to be eaten. So this is just one of those videos I decided to do to show you all another way you can cook lobster. So of course, check out the video with husband and I where we cooked it for the first time. Check out the creamy lobster pasta we did, and now this curry stew lobster for you all to try out. So try it out if you've never tried the curry stew. It's really good, and that chana in it, delicious. Now you can try adding the chana to even simple things like your curry shrimp, or you could even add it to your chicken. Just adding the chana, nice extra goodness to it. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and don't forget to share with all your friends and your family, and I'll see you all